We're still in the fitment stage. Got the oil pan. This is 31003, I believe, which is the Milodon oil pan with the road race style kickouts on it. This Hemi-Denny fits just perfectly. I got a finger here, finger width back here. I don't know if you can see it. So this all fits nice and tight in there. This got plenty of room up in here for the drain plug, so it fits in there nice and snug. But it's good. It's got plenty of room so far. We're looking good. I kind of made a compromise. I tried to push the engine forward as far as I can. I put the engine back as far as it would go. Then I slid it forward just enough so I could get in here and basically get the drain plug out. That's really all I care about. I could ultimately extend these out slightly, but they were designed like this for a reason, so I'm not going to mess with it, so I'm just going to leave it. That right there, that gives me just enough room here, which is the size of a finger width, about ½ an inch or so, which is nice. It says ½ an inch. I made this bracket here just as a temporary deal right now. This is just to set it up so that way it sits up as high as I could in here. And then once this is all done, I'm going to ultimately cut this, put a bracket on top of this, so that way it won't have this big spacer here, and then I'll put the spacer underneath this, whatever's taken up in the slack there. ½ inch there. The kit comes with 3/8. I might drill this out and put a ½ inch in there. I mean, not unnecessary, but really it is what it is. And then now that I have plenty of room, I'm going to cut these off here, and then just plate this in and grind this down to the line. Just make it nice, but just kind of cutting it just to get it in right now to see where everything's at. Next step is I'm going to put the heads on and basically cut out the firewall to see where we're at for that. Alrighty. Here's a little tip that I learned putting these in. These are the upper control mounts that go right up inside here. There's a little bushing that goes up in here right there, and that needs to be pressed in. So what I'm doing is taking it and then getting the beveled end down, putting it on here like so, then putting the nut and the washer on the other side, pressing it in, and I'll show you what it looks like. What it looks like the other side when it's done. So there you go. Kind of doing that and then moving on to the hoops. This is also another bracket that kind of goes right here and supports there. There was a couple things I had to grind down. This little weld here, so that way it'd sit flat. And then I'll show you over here. Basically put it on there, use those, tighten the 2 bolts right there up. And then I'm going to take this off, and then you're supposed to drill this one to a ½ inch on this side, put the sleeves through, put the bolts through, and then you're good to go to tighten it down. So that's going to be the next step. And then there is a tech tip that says to cut down on one of these little corners here, and I'm not really sure exactly which one it's talking about. So I'm going to go look at the little picture that it gives you and go from there. So they give you these little shims right here. Once you drill 3/8 all the way through, then this side is only ½ inch, like I said before, right there. So then what I did is I just took, so I have to do this one-handed, pop that through, then put this on there like so. See if I can, like I said, do this one-handed, and then just kind of tap it in. So, can't do it one-handed. So anyways, it ends up like that, and I'll show you in just a second. And then back. There it is. Can't do it one-handed. So going to do that to both sides, put the brackets on, the hoops on, and then moving forward. Well, there it is in all its glory. The Hemi-Denny front suspension. And it's really simple to get it. I just squared it up with that. Really simple. Just put a 0 gauge on it, and I got it pretty quick. And that's basically how it's going to be. I'm still working on the steering. The steering's going to be a little tight in here, right in there, but I'm working on that right now. I'm going to be able to slide it over slightly and move it on. But yeah, it looks really nice. It's went together really simply. His instructions are awesome, and the dude answers questions. So yeah, I'm pretty stoked about that. Anyways, that's basically what it is. It's going to be kind of a short week this week, but then I'm going to start on the rear end, bolting that one in. I know it's messy in here, but I was playing with the rack, fitting the rack, and then this is the next one that's going to go in. And I still haven't cut to fit this in yet, but you can see that it's going to be, it's going to hit. And I got to move that thing still back about an inch, so that whole thing is going to basically need to come out. So it is what it is. And then I'm just going to kind of bevel it so that way it cuts and it's really nice and whatever. But I'll figure out something later for wiper blades. Even if I have to put a string in there, but I'll keep the wiper blades on there. And then, just kind of, passenger, whoever's the passenger on drag week will, pull the string and boop, 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 boop. Or some Rain-X, whatever. It is what it is. But yeah, it's starting to look like something. These are not my heads. These are 6.1 heads that I had laying around. And so I'm just using these for mock-up. Obviously, these things won't bolt into it that correctly, but it will give us an idea of where we're at. If anyone has one of these right here, I could use one. Just this piece right here that bolts on. This was in the move. It got a little whoop-de-doo right there, and I mean, I guess I could beat it out and heat it up, but I'd rather not. Maybe make it a little easier if I could just bolt one on and call it good. I've got a lot of stuff to do, and I'm just not really in the mood right now for that. But those bolts that come through, that's basically how they set up in there. And you can see the one back there, and this is this one, and all that is going away right back there, all those. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do for master cylinder just yet. And as far as rear brakes, this is the rear end I'm going to use right here. 8 3/4. That's what I got. I'm going to back brace it with those. And if I can't find 355 gears for this, and I mean, this has got 323 in it, I might just rock this thing. And at this point, if it works and it's together, it runs. It developed a leak, since you can see right underneath there, it's got a little bit of fluid. Somehow in the move, it developed a leak, but is what it is. It's already got the 1350 solid U-joint clamp on there, U-bolt. So I'm going to get a C6 for this, and we're going to start making this thing happen as fast as I can. This is my next project. You're going to see the wifey, and she's going to come in here and deal with all this. And we're going to weld this in. This will be next week. I got a 3-day weekend next weekend. So, yeah, I'm going to go from there and get this done. I want to make this thing on its wheels and kind of go from there. But anyways, moving on. I will see you guys next week. Desert Dart, I think this is video number 7 now. Video 7. And instead of that stupid picture, I might actually put a real picture up. But anyways, and I know it's Slant Daily Garage. I get it. I understand that. I have only put up one video of a Slant Daily engine. I get it. I'm busy with this car right now. I will put up content for Slant 6s, and the first thing I'm going to go up with is basically the oil pump gears and the cam gears, and why they're kind of, failing, at least for me. This is how I solved it. So we'll go from there. Alrighty, you guys take it easy. Peace.